There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. This is Breida. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Off play action. Martinez. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a give right side. Taylor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 29-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Second and 4. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. 56.
2nd and 3. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Martinez looking to throw on 2nd down. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after 1.
That's what I do. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Set, go.
Martinez to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. Check 59, Mike.
To throw is Martinez. Throwing on third and long. He's going to let this go for the end zone. In for the score. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Broncos.
On the double. 56. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Mike 56. Mike 56. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Hey. 25. Check 25. Check 20. Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Month 56. Month 56. It's been a long day for you. It's great.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the gun on third down, Martinez. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Martinez now. Off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. This one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Let's go.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tavarius Moore, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
No gain on the play there, second down.
At the 39-yard line.
Ready. 30 pace. Let's go.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Martinez. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Echo. 56. Mike's 56. You go night-night. Don't go night-night. 56.
He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Bang, 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 bang. Undercut, undercut, undercut.
They're going to look to throw. This is caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
March 59. March 59. Oh, here we go. Oh, ready. Check. What happened?
Here's Martinez to throw from his end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
56. Hey, check.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First down, Broncos.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ball try. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 43. 56. Mike, 56.
They'll look to throw here. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the 2nd measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Martinez. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. March 59. March set hot.
Now Martinez throwing again. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Martinez off the play fake. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. To return is Taylor. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want us.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Martinez, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Martinez going right side here, and that's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I know he ain't got it. Check.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Grant, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. They go back to Grant. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let him know. Let him know.
Now back to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Taylor trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Corey Grant, his first touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Going to give this time to the tailback. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, D-line.
Martinez now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Check.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game?
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protect.